Hi, Sylvia. You asked me recently whether I wanted to marry you or not, right? You said you wanted to get married soon and that you would be the one proposing, but you wanted my answer as soon as possible. Why do you want to get married in the first place?
Yup, I did say that, Lionel. I want to get married soon because I'm going to turn 30 in just a half a month now, after all. I want children as well, if possible, and considering my age, I thought that we should make the decision around now.
You want children, huh? Yeah, I think I don't want to marry you after all.
What? Why not? Do you not want children or something?
To tell you the truth, I want to have a bit more fun while I'm young. Getting married and having children is such a hassle, you know? We won't have much money to spend on our own amusement if we have children, and we'll have to take the time to take care of them.
A hassle? I know raising children is a lot of work, but you're going to give up being a parent just because it's a hassle?
Yeah, I think I am. Besides, there's no need to sound so down. The difference between a married couple and an unmarried couple is just whether they turned in some piece of paper to the city hall or not. Even children, you can still give birth when in your 40s, right? If you think about it like that, we can have fun for 10 more years. Why go through the trouble now when we don't have to?
So you're telling me to give birth once I'm in my 40s?
I mean, you said yourself that you wanted to have children, right? So it shouldn't be a problem for you, right?
Yeah, but I want you to think about the risks of giving birth to children in your 40s. That's why I'm talking to you about this right now. We can't put this off any longer than we already have, Lionel.
What's the matter with you, Sylvia? You sound a lot more anxious than usual. Well, if you really mean what you're saying, then I guess we have no choice but to break up.
Huh? Break up? After we've been going out for the past 10 years?
Yeah, I'm not interested in this marriage and children stuff. If you don't want to break up, then I want things to stay the same.
I understand. That's fine then.
Yep, let's just keep things the way they are and not worry about marriage and stuff. I'm glad you finally get the point.
No, I meant that it's fine if we break up.
What? But we've been going out for 10 years. You can't just break up now. Oh, I know. You're bluffing right now too to get what you want, right? Well, it's not gonna work.
I wonder what these past 10 years I spent with you were. Now that I think about it, all we did was kill time together. I honestly don't understand anymore. Goodbye, Lionel.
What? Sylvia? Did you just get mad or something? Just contact me when you're in a better mood, okay? Hey, Sylvia. It's been 5 years, right? I'm finally ready to get married, so I decided to contact you again. I think I'm going to accept that offer of yours now. Anyways, you moved sometime after we broke up, right? Just because you got mad at me and were in a bad mood doesn't mean you can just keep your new address a secret from your boyfriend. I thought you were still living in that old apartment of yours, you see. I wore a suit and bought some roses and a wedding ring because I intended to propose to you. To think that I was so nervous when I rang the doorbell, but when the door opened, a completely different person greeted me. It was so awkward. So, where are you living now? I've got a surprise for you as well, so I want to tell you it, so I want you to tell it to me by tomorrow. Hey, anyone there? Don't tell me that you're still mad about that fight we had over 5 years ago, are you? I didn't take you for the kind of person to hold a grudge. Jesus, I better make sure not to make you mad once we get married. What's your new address, Sylvia? Just tell me when you see these texts, I guess.
What the fuck? Is that you, Lionel? Shit, I must have forgotten to block you. What is it that you want?
Oh, so you finally saw the messages I sent you. What do you mean by you forgot to block me? Why in the world would you ever do that? I'm your boyfriend. But we've got more important matters. Seriously, what in the world are you doing? Jesus. If you don't hurry up and tell me your new address, the surprise I have planned for you tomorrow will be ruined. Hurry up and tell me your new address. It won't do if I don't know how long it will take you to get to the venue, right?
I'm not going to tell you my new address. And what do you mean by a surprise?
I told you by text yesterday, didn't I? I'm finally ready to marry you, so I have a surprise prepared.
I don't know what you plan on doing, but I don't want your surprise. I have no intention of marrying you anyways, let alone of meeting you again.
Huh? Are you seriously still mad at me? Jeez. Will you just let it go already? You're the one who said you wanted to get married, right? What's with the sudden change of heart? And to think that I was finally ready to get married.
I said I don't have any intention of marrying you anymore. Besides, didn't we break up 5 years ago? Did you seriously think that I haven't moved on by now?
Huh? What do you mean you moved on? Oh, I get it. You're still mad about the fight we had 5 years ago. Seriously, Sylvia, just let it go already.
That's not the point. Yes, I was mad at the time, but that was 5 years ago and I've already moved on. It's not that I'm mad, it's just that you're not a part of my life anymore, Lionel. Why'd you even think of contacting me in the first place?
Fine. Then why don't we just get back together and get married then if we broke up and you've moved on, as you say?
What? Do you seriously not get what I'm trying to say? I have zero intention of getting back together with you, Lionel. Stop texting me.
It's no use trying to lie to me, Sylvia. I see right through you. I mean, we did go out for 10 years. I know you still like me after all this time. It's so obvious that you're still into me. I'll accept the proposal you made to me 5 years ago. So just come to the wedding venue tomorrow, alright?
The wedding venue? Huh? Did you seriously reserve a wedding venue or something?
Of course I did.
But aren't weddings supposed to be planned out by the couple first? I think there are a lot of things that can't be decided without the bride there. What did you do about the wedding preparation?
Oh yeah, you're right. They told me the bride needed to be there to plan the wedding with me, which is why I had your sister cooperate inside for you.
My sister?
Yep. She's about the same age as you and looks like you too, so I had her pretend to be the bride and come with me for the wedding preparation.
What? You know that I cut ties with my sister when I was 28, right? She caused so much trouble that even our parents cut ties with her. I told you that she was crazy, Lionel, but you still decided to approach her. Who knows what she's planning? If I were you, I'd just cancel the wedding and have nothing to do with my sister anymore.
Oh, come on, Sylvia, you're exaggerating. Your sister's a perfectly normal person. I don't know why you ever cut ties with someone so sweet. Besides, there's no need to worry about the details. The planning's already done, and all you have to do now is come to the wedding. The wedding venue for tomorrow is called H Wedding and is in K City. They said they need the bride to be there by 8 a.m., so don't be late, alright?
What in the world make you think that I'd actually go? Have you seriously not been reading my texts?
There's no need to be shy. We've known each other for so long. I know that when you're like this, you actually mean the opposite.
Sorry, but I have a date with my husband tomorrow, so I can't come.
What? Your husband? Oh, you mean me? You're right, I was intending to turn in our marriage papers tomorrow. But what do you mean you can't come to our wedding because you have a date with me? We can't just postpone the wedding and go on a date if that's what you meant, Sylvia.
No, that isn't what I meant. And by my husband, I don't mean you, Lionel. You see, I already got married with another man 3 years ago. I even have children now.
Huh?
Now that you know all this, I guess I'll tell you the rest, since you'll find out sooner or later anyways. My husband is your second cousin, Manuel.
What? Manuel? But he's 5 years younger than you. I knew you were that kind of woman, but still.
That's right, judge me if you want, but I don't care. By the way, I started going out with Manuel not knowing that he was your second cousin. I only found out that he was your second cousin at our wedding, because amongst his relatives at the wedding was your cousin, which I had met before.
What? Why did you not tell me about this?
Because we had already broken up and didn't feel the need. Still, I was so surprised when I saw your cousin there. After a bit of investigation, I found out that your cousin had already cut ties with you since you tried to interfere in some of their inheritance business when you had no right to do so. I heard that both you and your parents were shunned by the rest of your relatives. Is that true?
That has nothing to do with our marriage. We'll talk about it afterwards if you want.
Tell me, does this mean that you have a debt or something?
Just a tiny one, maybe?
My father is the CEO of a company. You might have been planning to marry me so that you could get the position of the next CEO of my father's company, getting rid of your debt in the process. But it's not going to work.
How did you know that?
I mean, thinking only about how you yourself could benefit from a situation is your specialty, isn't it?
So that's what you thought of me all along?
Yup. I don't know why I didn't break up with you sooner. But isn't that also why you refused to marry me 5 years ago? You didn't want to get married and have children because it would be a hassle for you, right? You wouldn't be able to spend as much money on your own entertainment if you had children to take care of, after all.
That's unrelated. What matters is that I'm finally ready to marry you.
Yeah, but I'm not. Anyways, I got off topic. Like I said earlier, I already have a husband and children. Oh, and about my father's company, the next CEO was already decided 2 years ago, and he's someone completely unrelated to me.
What did you say? So I'm not going to become a CEO even if I marry you?
Yes, although you're not going to marry me in the first place. Well, that's all I have to say. You understand now that you won't benefit from marrying me anymore. I think that's enough to make you give up, right?
Seriously? What am I going to do about tomorrow's wedding then? I had a really extravagant wedding plan since I thought that your family would be able to pay for it in the future.
Each wedding at K-City, right? I heard that wedding ceremonies there are really expensive.
Lend me some money, will you? This wedding was supposed to be yours in the first place. This is partly your fault, so at least pay for half of the cancellation fee.
No, I'm not going to lend you money, and I'm not going to pay for the cancellation fees.
Come on, don't be so stingy. At least think about it a little longer. Seriously? What am I supposed to do now? Sylvia, help me. What should I do? I was forced to marry your sister. Was she planning this all this time? You're right, she really is crazy.
Huh? So that's what she was up to. I told you that you would regret having anything to do with my sister, didn't I?
I was surrounded by a bunch of tough-looking guys and forced to come to the wedding. And then they forced me to say the wedding vow with your sister at the chapel. The wedding papers I had prepared for you and me as well. They made me sign it with your sister's name as the wife's name. I admit it, you were right, so please help me.
Hold on. By the surprise you had planned for me, were you planning on getting me and my sister to make up or something? Did you seriously think that that was going to make me happy?
I mean, who wouldn't want to make up with their long-lost sister?
She's insane, Lionel. Although, I guess you know that by now. You asked her to pretend to be me during the wedding preparations, right? I had the feeling that you would tell her to come on the wedding day as well.
Oh, yeah. I was intending on that.
I see. So that means my sister was planning on marrying you from the start. No one's going to deny it now, since you had her pretend to be your wife after all.
Huh? But surely they'll believe me if I tell them what really happened, right?
I think that's going to cause you a whole host of other problems. Anyways, it looks like you haven't noticed until now, but apparently you're exactly the kind of guy my sister wants. Even when we were together, she would always annoy me by saying, "Give me your boyfriend." It honestly pissed me off really bad.
Huh? She said that to you? Why did you never tell me about this?
I don't know. I guess it was embarrassing. Now that I think about it, I think that the reason I stayed with you for 10 years was because I unconsciously didn't want my sister to have you, and not because I liked you or anything. Yep, I was pretty foolish back then.
What are you talking about? I don't get anything you've been saying, Sylvia. Do you mean that you only stayed with me for 10 years to spite your sister? Fine, just help me then, will you? I have no intention of marrying your sister.
Stop asking me for a solution to this mess, alright?
I wonder if the only solution is to do something about those tough-looking guys following your sister around.
I don't know.
Wait, who are those people in the first place?
I said I don't know. Why are you asking me?
Hold on, don't tell me they're part of some gang.
Hey, could you please stop asking me? I really don't know, and I don't want to accidentally say anything strange that might get me involved in this mess.
What? So you're just going to leave me? Don't you feel the least bit responsible for this?
I don't.
I
mean, it's my ex-boyfriend and my sister who I cut ties with, so there's no way I'm going to get involved with that. The only reason I'm replying to your text right now is because we think that this is an irregular situation. Your second cousin and my husband, Emmanuel, are reading these texts and only replying because we have to.
Huh? Manuel's there with you?
Yeah, he is. There's something he wants to tell you as well.
What the hell does he want with me?
We cut ties with you and your family because all you three cared about was money. I don't want anyone like that bothering my wife, he says.
But I really need you to help me right now. I don't really want to get married.
I see. Bye.
Huh? But Sylvia!
After that conversation, I blocked Lionel, confused as to whether he wanted to get married or not. The only reason he was able to text me in the first place was because I forgot to block him all those years ago. I heard about what happened after that from a friend who knew what happened, but it seems like Lionel and my sister haven't broken up and are now living together. Apparently, my sister is pregnant with Lionel's baby and won't let him leave her because she wants Lionel to take responsibility for the baby. To be honest, I wanted to make a joke and tell him something about how he's been making my sister pretend to be me for too long, but I restrained myself. My sister, on the other hand, who was finally able to marry the man of her dreams, hasn't noticed that her new husband was in a huge amount of debt, it seems. I wonder for just how long this happiness of theirs will last. Actually, I guess they were never really happy in the first place.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.